Hello there, this is Mickey Josie. I'm recording a video on how to do the AC method using the boxes. And so my good friend Laura Smoyer taught me this method. So we're going to use the AC method, and remember that ax squared plus bx plus c is the standard form of a quadratic. And this is just an expression that we're going to factor. So the AC method refers to multiplying A times C. So we would take AC, which is 2 times 3 gives us 6. And then we're looking for a number pair that multiplies to 6 and has a sum of B, which is 7. So we want factors of 6 that have a sum of 7. And so you might say 6 times 1 and then add those together and you get 7. And if we were going to set this up in a box to factor, we could draw our box. And this comes from the fact that if you were to FOIL using a box like this, let's say you were going to FOIL 5x plus 1 times 6x plus 7. And if you were going to FOIL that out, you could go first, outside, inside, last, or you could multiply 6x times 5x, thinking about like what's the area of that box. If the length is 5x and the width is 6x, you would get 30x squared here, and then 6x times 1 gives us 6x here. 5x times 7 gives us 35x, and then 7 times 1 gives us 7. So once you FOILed that out, 6x plus 7 times 5x plus 1, you end up with the 30x squared in the first position. You end up having like terms right here, and that's 41x plus 7. Those are our like terms that we're adding. And so if I want to factor this, I'm going to put the 2x squared here, just like when we multiplied, and then I'll put the 3 here. Then we have to look at the two factors. We're breaking up the middle, so we're going to say it doesn't matter which one we use here or here. Let's put 6x and x, because we noticed from before that those were the like terms that we added together. So this is splitting up the middle. Okay, and I'm going to switch colors just for fun. And we're going to look for the GCF, the greatest common factor of these two. So the greatest common factor here is 3. And then we'll slide this way. What's the greatest common factor between 2x squared and x? It's x. And then we go across. What's the greatest common factor between 2x squared and 6x? It's going to be 2 and x. And then what's the greatest common factor between x and 3? There's actually only 1 is the greatest common factor, so we're going to factor that out. And then it turns out our factor pairs are, you'll have your signs here, 2x plus 1 times x plus 3. The 2x plus 1 comes from this side, and then the x plus 3 comes from the top. And if you wanted to check that, you could FOIL it out, or again, you could multiply. 2x times x gives us the 2x squared. 2x times 3 gives us 6x. X times 1 gives us x, and 1 times 3 gives us 3. That's the exact same thing as if you were to FOIL to check. So we're just checking to see that the factors are correct. And again, we could FOIL it. This is the exact same thing I just did in the box. 2x times x gives us x squared. Here's your 6x. Here's your x. And here's your 3. Then if we combine our like terms, you get 2x squared plus 7x plus 3, which takes you back to the original problem. So I just wanted to show you that fun little example of how you could use this box method to factor doing the AC method.